So you could be... Do you want to learn how to manage your Zoho One application? Well, in these tutorials, we're going to show you exactly how you can do that and the most important ways to go about managing it. In today's tutorial, we're going to show you how you can go about enhancing your security with your Zoho One application. So let's log in and get started. All right, now that we're logged in, we're going to head over to our settings over here in the top right, and we're going to go over to our security. Now within security, we have quite a few options, which is really cool that you can set up within your organization. So we have the ability to set security policies that safeguard your business through password policy, multi-factor authentication, and allowed IPs. We do also have custom authentication. So if you have a SAML-based custom authentication, it allows you to enable your users to authenticate themselves with your identity provider if you have another one. So over here, if we go to security policies, let's click getting started. Right now, we don't have a default policy, so we're going to add one in. So if we add one in, we're going to say maybe multi-factor authentication. Apply policy to groups. We could choose the HR group we just created. In this case, we might just leave it for now, and we can also exclude users from a policy if we didn't want them to have to abide by it. Now we also have this policy priority. Right now it's set to be a default policy, so the order of preference for the enforcement of the policy. So we can choose if we have different priorities within that. Right now we just have the default, so we're just going to add that in. And we do have to add in a group over here, so let's just add in the human resources, and then that'll be fine. So right now we have the multi-factor authentication, which is not configured. We can also go back in, change the policy name, update it. We can also go over here, delete and deactivate and delete it over here. Now we do have the ability to click on this security policy right here, and that allows us to go through and set up the password policy, the multi-factor authentication, allowed IPs, and advanced settings. So in this case, let's just start from the very beginning. We can set this up to be a password policy protected, so we can set up different password policies. So we can make sure our users have the proper password strength. They have to be strong, good, or fair, or we can even set custom. So we can set that requirement, and the minimum length for that would be these items over here. We have the option to select any of those. We have the mixed password, so it forces the users to have both upper and lowercase alphabets in their password. Now the minimum special characters, you could have that. Set numeric digits, you could have that. You can set a password age as well, so it has to be recreated every 30, 45, 60, 90, or 120 days. And you can also have a minimum password age, which restricts users from frequently changing passwords by making them wait between two password resets. So if that was the case, if people are changing their passwords too many times in one day, you can set up a minimum password age. So only after a day, they would actually be able to change that password. And now you can also have the refusal to previously used passwords. So during password change, do not allow users to set their recently used passwords as their new password. Now you have the ability here to set from 1 to 8. This refers to the actual passwords. So if you select 8, then 8 attempts will have to go by before they can start reusing some of their old passwords. So keep that in mind while you're going through the password policy. The multi-factor authentication, if we were to go set that up, we can set up the one auth, so enforce the face/touch ID if you do have access to that on your mobile device. So on Apple devices, on Android devices, you do have the ability to set that if it is applicable. Now you can also allow passwordless sign-in, so it allows users to set up passwordless authentication, which makes it really easy for your team. You can use the OTP authenticator, YubiKey, SMS-based OTP as well. Now you can set your multi-factor authentication lifetime to be 180 days. So after signing in from a trusted browser, users will not be challenged with the multi-factor authentication for a chosen period. You can set it up so it happens every 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, all the way up to 180 days. Now you also have the ability to allow backup recovery codes, so users will be able to generate and use backup recovery codes when they have trouble signing in. That is option you can select or deselect depending on whether you like that option. Now going over to the allowed IPs, we can set this up to be, let's say this is my current IP, we have a static IP, we can set an IP range. So if there's specific IPs you want to white label, you can certainly do that as well. Now we have the advanced settings over here, which allows us to manage the web session management. So session lifetime, so users will automatically be signed out of their accounts after a chosen period. So whether that's 1 day, 5 days, 10 days, all the way up to 30 days. You could also set a idle session timeout, so users will automatically automatically be signed out if they're inactive over a chosen period of time. So that's 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, all the way up to 24 hours. And lastly, we have concurrent sessions. So this means that users will be allowed only the chosen number of active sessions at a time. So if you have a lot of users that are logging in with the same login and you want to manage that, then you can set that to being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 10. So you can have 10 users using the same login credentials at the same time if you so chose. That's a little weird, but if that is something that you need for whatever reason, it is available to you. So that is it for the security policies. We do have the custom authentication. I'll just quickly show you what that looks like over here. So you can set up your sign in URL, your sign out URL, and then your change password URL. And you can upload your verification certificate. And then once you save this, you'll be able to set up this custom authentication with whatever application you're using, whether that's a custom app or maybe it's some other third-party tool that might have stronger credentials. Maybe you require it for other reasons within your organization, but you do have access to that as well. So that's it for this tutorial. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel below if you haven't already, and like and comment on our videos. That really helps us reach more people who need to see this content like yourself. And make sure you join our other social channels like Instagram and Facebook. We're building an awesome community and we can't wait to have you there. Bye for now.